In this demonstration, you're going to learn how to create an S3 bucket, add objects to your bucket, and share some of those objects with others. All right, let's get started. Before you can create your S3 bucket, you first need to navigate to the S3 console. To do this, you can use the menu at the top of the page. In the text box, enter S3, and you'll find a link at the top of the list that will take you to the S3 console. We're going to choose that now. To create a bucket, you need to choose the Create Bucket button. Bucket names need to be unique, so I'm going to name my bucket with some extra random numbers at the end. I'm going to keep the region set to US East 1, but you can change the region if that is more convenient for you. We're going to keep the default object ownership setting with ACLs disabled. We're also going to keep block public access settings for this bucket set to block all public access. This will ensure that the objects in your bucket are secure. We're going to leave bucket versioning disabled. We're not going to tag this bucket, and we're going to leave default encryption disabled. To create your bucket, choose the Create Bucket button. Great, the bucket's ready. Next, we're going to upload files to the bucket, but first we need to navigate to it. To do this, simply click on the bucket name. There are 3 different ways you can upload files. One way is to choose the Upload button. You can choose Add Files and add individual files. For example, you might choose index.html, scripts.js, and style.css all together. Choose Open, and then simply scroll to the bottom of the page and choose Upload. Notice the success message at the top of the page. Next, choose the Close button. Now, you may want to upload a whole folder, and you can do that as well. One way to do that is to choose the Upload button again, choose Add Folder, and in this case, we're going to load the Images folder. Choose Upload again. Yes, we want to upload these files, and we are going to choose the Upload button one more time. Now, when we close this page, you will see you have an Images folder, and in it, you have 2 files. Now, there's one more way we can upload files, and in this case, we're going to drag and drop the file into the bucket. To do this, choose the Upload button, go to your local file explorer, find the file you want to upload, and simply drag it and drop it into the S3 console. And then you just choose Upload, and the file will be uploaded for you. Now that we have files in our bucket, let's try to view one of them. We're going to choose the index.html file, and we're going to find the object URL, and we're going to copy this and paste it in a new browser tab. Now, you see here that access is denied, and this is because the security settings we chose when we created our bucket are very, very strict. Now, if you want to share some files with friends or colleagues, you can do this, but you will need to edit your bucket. So we're going to choose our bucket name, and we're going to go to Bucket Permissions. In Permissions, we are going to edit block public access settings, and we're going to disable this. Now, you don't want to do this without applying a policy, which is what we're going to do next. We're going to save these changes. We have to confirm them because this is something you want to know that you are doing, and you need to have a plan to secure your data if you turn this off. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a bucket policy with the Edit button. This is a simple bucket policy that gives access to some but not all files in the bucket. Specifically, this policy gives access to the index.html, script.js, and style.css files, as well as all files in the Images folder. Notice that we need to update the policy so the ARNs match the name of the bucket we just created. Now that the policy is updated, we need to save our changes. Great, and you see, you now have a warning for your bucket saying it is publicly accessible. So whenever you see this, you want to make sure that you have secured your bucket with a policy. Now, let's go back to our bucket objects, and we're going to try this index.html URL again. And there you go. We have access to the files in the bucket. Well done, and I hope you have lots of fun experimenting with Amazon S3. Thanks so much for your time.